Fiti.
Siwache aongelee baba yake.
In any situation come on.
So your father can talk about you like 100%. Your father can represent you 100%.
No.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
But anajua baba yake.
I'm just asking for the possibility.
Yeah, in any situation, there's a possibility of a yes or a no.
Yes. So
could be or a could never be.
Yeah.
You know, there's a possibility.
Yeah.
What I'm just trying to say is, considering what the vast majority of society thinks about women and thinks about men,
yes,
I am not in any way inclined to believe that was a thought process of my dad when he was allowing me and not allowing my brother to express himself. However, it is a possibility. You understand? But now, as where I stand, knowing what I know, I just don't think that is what he was thinking. I have a very traditional dad, so I don't think that is the case.
Okay, hiyo tumemaliza. Now let's go to the boys. Number one, like I said, a man, the first people he has to deal with are men.
Yes.
And as men, we have a very different, it's just the way it is. So just asking why.
Can it be different?
No.
Interesting.
It cannot
so
be
change
different.
is not viable there.
Change can be good and bad.
But I'm just asking,
just because
so
something changed, just because something changed doesn't mean
yes or
change
no
for the better.
So
it can change for the good or for the better or for the worse.
Okay.
So that depends what change.
So is it possible?
Na hii story. Men, the first people they have to deal with hapa nje are men. And the way men, we can say socialization. That's even the first time we can talk about the perception of the man in Isema. There's an issue of socialization. I accept it. But why do we socialize people the way we socialize people? We raise children for the world, right? Hawataishi kwa hii nyumba. And the way I view the world is how I'm going to raise my kids, depending na, so that I give them more or less in my head the best chance for survival huko nje. That's like when you go to school, wanajua, you're not here forever. You're just preparing for the job market. So when you go to the job market, we want to give you as much skills as we think you will need for you to survive in the current job market. The job market changes. And you might be given a lot of things which were very good yesterday, leo haiwork. Now, the way I said, parents, because we live in this society, we understand the society. Yeah. So, boys, because we know what are growing to men, and they'll be dealing with other men. And this is how men engage. This is how men interact, for better or for worse.
Because of socialization?
Yeah, because of socialization.
Let's still not go back to biology, socialization, number one, biology, socialization, put everything up on that. Or everything is a factor.
Okay.
And that also determines the way they engage as men. And the way they engage also with women. And now when you take women and men, you put them together, and especially we see a dynamic ya marriage is a lot of time very different from dynamic ya hapa nje. A lot, because hapa kuna issue ya intimacy, kuna tu vitu mingi zinafanyikaga kwa ndoa ambazo, so for example, the way I relate with my wife is not the way I can relate with you, but ni yote ni madem. So my dynamic pale is different from huku nje. So this ya nyumba itakuwa different. That's why when you go to be a wife, I think even churches, quote unquote, kama agents of socialization also, they have zile sijui masomo ya ndoa na nini hizo vitu zote, because they are socializing you because of where you are going. And in their head, they are thinking we are giving them skills, whatever kama ni wrong or right. In their head, they are like, we want to, you as a Christian woman or a Muslim or whoever. Now, when I'm talking about boys, kuna perception ya how boys are supposed to be hapa nje. And if you raise your boy, alafu tuseme differently, or so different that akitoka huko nje, atapata number one, haizi relate na other men. Number two, he starts being victimized by other men. Umeget? Number three, he amekuwa taught that he can just say his feelings and everything atoke pale nje, then anapata, we don't do that here. We get? So, yes, is it a good for an ideal world? Yes, but we are not in an ideal world.
So let me ask you a question.
So that's why I'm saying, your father telling your boy not to cry, probably was not issue here. Okay, I understand, umehatika, it's okay. But hapa nje, I expect you...
Tumekupata, can I ask a question?
Ujanipata.
That is what you do to us, ndio? Wanasema, wewe tumekuelewa, chacha wacha, sivyo na unafanyaga? Sawa. No, I'm just saying what you do, bado kwa sababu nataka niendelee.
I think we both have questions on that.
So tumekupata.
Lazima
umepata. Basi tumekuelewa.
Okay, niambie nini nilikuwa nasema.
Maliza kama.
Niambie nilikuwa nasema nini.
Maliza usilie, maliza.
You get?
Just continue.
So, the fact that hiyo wacha kulia, usilie, could have been passive aggressiveness.
Yeah, I was being passive aggressive.
And it's very disrespectful.
Pole.
Una get? So,
pole. Si pole.
Sawa. Apology accepted. Teach that huko nje, hakuna mtu atakuwa we don't care about your tears huko nje. Or the people wale utakuwa nao will not care about your tears. So you expressing those tears might even put you in more danger than what you currently are. Get? So probably the teaching is misguided, hizo zote, but mahali unaenda is not conducive for that.
Can I ask a question then?
Yeah, you can ask.
You ask ikutoke, alafu turudi huko.
Sasa nani is being passive aggressive? That is not respectful. Hebu niambie pole.
I apologize.
No, I apology accepted. I am. Why are you doing what you're doing? Because you believe change is possible so that men are not sinners, perpetrators, true or false. But that is the reality.
Wholly perpetrators.
But that is the reality. But you want to change it. No.
Words are important.
No. Asking, it's yes or no. Jibu yes or no. Alafu nakupea time ya kuexplain.
Nataka kujibu.
Si ujibu.
I can't jibu yes or no kama your question.
Si pia sisi tunakuanga alafu wewe unaanza kusema jibu yes or no.
Your question was flawed. Your question had a flaw.
So are you
Your question had a flaw.
So you get to decide.
Tengeneza your question.
So you get to decide.
Because you want an answer from me.
Don't have to be arguments.
No, because you want an answer from me.
Skia.
Are not wholly perpetrators.
What I'm saying is, but that is the perception that people have. And that is why you came out and said, hey, wait a minute, why are we having this conversation? Sindio? See, that's what you said, that you found there was a flaw in the GBV conversation, and you stepped back and said, wait, that's not how it's supposed to work. Sindio, I'm leading somewhere, yes or no? To see derail, yes or no? Sindio, that's the reason.
Yeah.
Sindio?
I don't want to say yes or no, because I want, because...
But then,
derail conversation, because nataka kumove the conversation. I want to move with you with the conversation.
Okay, please go
So
on.
if we put the first question ikiwa flawed, then hizi zingine zote I'll not feel comfortable or feel comfortably answering them because in the back of
I want you to know that is the same way we feel when we do that.
Shida. Then you explain. If you explain it to me, I can change my question. Yes. Okay. Now change your question. Nimesema I don't.
Can I rephrase it then? Can I rephrase it?
Yes.
Okay, great. With your own words, you said you felt like there's a conversation that's missing.
Yes.
In the GBV space.
Yes.
And that is why you took a step back.
Yes.
And said there needs to be a change. This is the reality of the matter. Yes. But there needs to be a change. True or false? And you believe that this change is possible, and that's why you're doing what you're doing. You're having this conversation that you're having to change attitudes and perceptions around this topic. True or false?
Yes.
So there's an ideal, there's a reality that's there.
Yes.
That no reality, but there's an ideal one that you want to go to, and that is why you're having this conversation, right?
Yes.
Nelewa?
Yes.
In that same way, we feel the reality is boys are being taught to be strong.
Yeah.
But then how that comes out is repressed emotions that they become bitter to women. Yeah. You understand? But the patriarchy inawafinya junambia nyamaza na wani binadamu wezi nyamaza. It's not possible. So what happens when you don't express your emotion? Ni unazieka ndani the anger, the sadness that you can't express. You put it in a way that it blows up, it becomes something else. It metamorphosizes. Yes, into something else.
Big words.
Unaelewa? And that spills over. And when we talk about root causes, that could be a root cause of GBV, that men are being told you need to be strong. So if these emotions are kept in and not expressed in a healthy way, in a safe place, then they become anger that spews into violence. And that is the faces of when something gets to become violence, it has started as something. Siamini kijana tu mdogo alikuwa sawa, amekuwa brought up vizuri, anaenda tu anapiga watu na alikuwa amelelewa vizuri. Hapana, it had to start by when your mother. Sio kitu inakaa. I'm telling you this as a psychologist. So I hope you borrow this energy from what I'm saying, this knowledge, that it becomes anger, unaelewa, and this becomes mbona niko hivi, and when you have power, when you have authority, and you're inside, you are in pain. You've not been able to express because there's no space, and you're not given skills and tools to work around this, which happens to many boys. What happens is you will find someone who has a low power than you to discriminate, to look down upon, and that's why we are saying, Checky, let our boys find safe spaces to speak. Let our boys find safe space to ongea.
Fiti,